It's the NFL on EA Sports.
It's 3-0 versus 2-1. A good early season battle as we're underway in Week 4. And we will not see a run back on the opening kickoff. This will be a touchback. Cincinnati's offense takes the field, and leading the way for the reigning AFC champs is last season's comeback player of the year, a man who needs no introduction, Joe Burrow.
I'm wondering.
Play action. It's Burrow. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far at second down. Now a stoppage here as it looks like we've got a Dolphin shaken up on the play. Well, now they're going to come out and take a look at this injury, and we'll be back in a moment. So following the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 25. Burrow looking to pass. He's got his big tight end. That's Hurst. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead. Charles, Thursday night game, I think a lot of teams probably say shrink the playbook somewhat. Is that correct?
I think you're right about that because you just don't have the amount of time that you have in a normal week to put in a full playbook. So as you said, you shrink the playbook, pick out the plays that work best for you. And you know what else you're looking for?
What's that?
Who are the freshest guys coming off of the last game to play on a Thursday night? Guys have a little extra pep in their step.
He's got a man complete. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. A big gain of 31 on 3rd down.
Things are looking pretty darn good on this first drive, aren't they? Came right out, set the tone, this time with a big pass play.
And if the peek behind the curtain that they gave us or their game plan today, I don't think that's going to be the last one we see.
I think you're exactly right about that.
So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. And they come with a jet sweep here as Burrow just taps that forward. A beautiful fake. He'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20.
And that's something you have to get ready for defensively because in today's NFL, teams will use their wide receivers on jet sweeps, end arounds. They'll move them back in the backfield and make them running backs. Partner, this was much more of a tap pass, but effective nonetheless.
And I think both guys love it. If you're a quarterback, it's an easy completion. If you're a wide receiver, you get the easy reception and also a chance to try to make a play with your feet. And he'll keep it moving down to the 15-yard line. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. Pretty effective run there. Now they can start to smell that end zone.
Pound the rock. Make sure you use your O-line to set the tone of dominance and physicality, and pound the rock.
Out to the left, he's got Sample there. And the Bengals are going to have a 1st and goal as he'll be taken down at the 7-yard line. Well, no question, this is exactly how they wanted to start this football game. And nice pass there. And now they're set up beautifully, Charles, to finish this off with a touchdown.
Yeah, but they've still got to finish it off, partner, and that means they've got to execute at this stage of the field. So we've seen many teams march it right to the goal line and not cash in. They've got something dialed up here that puts it in the end zone.
So that time they got the left guard with a hold.
And let's face it, in today's ball, you might have that 330-pound guy you're supposed to clear out of there. You might need a little bit of extra help by grabbing the jersey and trying to ride him out.
Burrow will throw. Throw right side, pulled in by Higgins. And he's got this inside the 10 to the 9 before he's out of bounds. That'll bring up 2nd and goal after the gain of 5. Oh, they'll try a jet sweep here with Higgins. And he is going to lose yardage here. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up 3rd down.
Well, as a wideout, when you take that handoff and you're coming around the edge, you're expecting to see nothing but empty space in front of you. But if not...
Well, things can go south in a hurry, and that's exactly what we saw on that play with a loss. Touchdown, Bengals! Hayden Hurst, his first touchdown on the year. And the Bengals will claim the early lead as they're on the board first here tonight. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. So that drive consumes 9 plays all told. And after the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. Fielded just outside the goal line. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. And here comes the Miami offense now, and it's the Southpaw in his 3rd season at the wheel for the Fins. Quarterback Tua Tagovailoa.
And you and I both know that any win is a good win, and that's what they did last week. But there's also plenty for him to work on in his game, wasn't there?
Yeah.
2 touchdowns, an interception. Yeah, you know, he wants to increase that a little bit in terms of ratio. But first and foremost, they did win the game.
Ready up. Tagovailoa and the Dolphins come up 1st and 10 at their own 24. Play clock down to 0, and this is not the way to start a drive. So they accept the penalty, of course, and push the offense backwards a bit. The delay of game backs them up 5, 1st and 15. Tua going to throw. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Mike Hilton. And the Bengals are going to take possession of the football. Well, that's certainly not the start that they envisioned, Charles. You give up the long touchdown drive, and there, an interception on their first play from scrimmage.
Brandon, I wonder if the mindset was simply, well, that was a long touchdown drive. Their defense might be a little relaxed and feel like, hey, we're in good shape now, having 7 in hand. Maybe they just thought, let's take the shot at them right now. Instead, it went against them.
Well, following the play now, they're going to stop the clock here as a man is shaken up. Hopefully, obviously nothing serious here. Medical staff, though, going to take a peek, and we'll take a break. 3 yards remain for 2nd down. Now it's Burrow. Here's Higgins out on the right side. Touchdown! T. Higgins, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Bengals are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And that'll make the score 14-0. Well, that drive started with not a whole lot of real estate in front of them. And plus territory, excellent field position. 2 plays later, pay dirt. This will be fielded inside the 5. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. So Miami coming out for their 2nd drive. Charles, it's kind of gut check time. Look, I know it's early, first quarter, just their second drive of the game, but they've already thrown the interception, given up the score. You're down double digits. They got to figure out something, and pretty quickly here.
No doubt about it. And when we look at that sideline, I'm sure you're observing the same thing I am. I don't like the body language at all. They look like they're in a state of stunned disbelief. So to me, we always talk about someone stepping up and making a big play. I think it would behoove them if multiple guys step up and make big plays right now. They need something positive to happen, and they need for it to happen now.
On play action, here's Tua. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And that is caught. Touchdown, Miami. They were already down 2 scores early. They needed something to try to stem that tide, and that certainly qualifies. A big play to get them in the end zone.
It qualifies indeed because, let's face it, they don't get something done on this drive, turn it back over, this game could be 88 and out the gate early.
What? 88 and out the gate?
Yeah.
What's that?
Well, listen, I used to hear my old man talk about it. Usually meant that thing's done.
Well, now that they got the touchdown, it's not 88 and out the gate. We still got a good game going ahead of us. Extra point up and good by Sanders, and that'll make our score 14-7. Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. The Bengals getting set to go. They come off a victory over the weekend, but now the quick turnaround here for this Thursday night game. How does that affect how teams like this approach these short turnarounds?
Well, wins and losses always factor into, how you're getting ready for the next game. But equally as important when you have the short turnaround, what is your injury situation? Are you losing key guys? And if so, how well have the backups prepared for this? Because you don't have much time to get them ready. They have to be ready before this week in order to play well in this game.
McPherson now for the extra point. It's good, and it is now 21-7. One of the shortest drives you'll ever see. One play, 75 yards, 6 points. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25. Miami's offense set and ready to go. As mentioned, this one of the hottest teams in the NFL, riding that winning streak into this one, but now playing here on Thursday night. Do you think that this helps or hurts their momentum?
Well, ordinarily, I'd say it hurts the momentum because now you get that short week. But when a team's playing as well as they are, it actually allows them to down focus and only worry about themselves and less about their opponent. So when you're playing well, you just worry about the things you're doing well and let the opponent deal with that.
Now a throw right side taken in here to start this drive. And with the play clock reading 4, we're going to get a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter.
Let's go.
From midfield, here's Tua. He's got the hook up to Odell Beckham. And he'll be brought down inside the 40-yard line. A pretty wild first quarter. 21-7, our score. It's Dolphins football here as we begin the second quarter, as they've got it with a 1st and 10.
Here we go. Here we go. Hey, watch this.
Play action. Now it's Tua. Out to his left. Open man downfield is Waddle. He's got it. And he'll be out of bounds about a half to a full yard shy of the 5. An excellent pickup of 34 yards.
And this offense needed something to try and seize the momentum a little bit, and that might have been exactly what they needed. Now they have a chance to go downfield and score and cut into the lead.
Now a chance to make that big play really hurt. It's first and goal just outside the 5. Tua going to tap this forward on the jet sweep. And he will push his way forward down to about the 3-yard line. So the ball position now at the 3. Here's second and goal. Mostert going to be stopped before he can get moving forward as he'll lose a couple back to the 5-yard line. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a third down.
Sometimes I forget how much information he has to go through before the ball's even snapped, but what a diagnosis right there. Saw the play, shot through the gap like a rocket, ends up spilling it for a loss.
Tua now, third and goal. Yeah, this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on third down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
Already down 2 scores. They're going to go for this rather than settle for 3. They're going for it. Here's Tua with it. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The fourth down pass from the 5 falls incomplete, and the Bengals are going to get the football back. That's another mistake there on the drop pass on 4th, and we've seen them do things like this all game.
It's not hard to figure out why they're down by that deficit. They haven't made plays that are going to keep them in the game or win the game all game long. That's another example right there. It all boils down at the end of it to execution. Either you make the play or you don't.
And they'll get him down up past the 15. Thanks to that last play, a little more room to operate. First and 10 at the 18. Now Burrow. And incomplete on the deep ball.
And I think they'd be well served to take that type of a physical approach against him the rest of the game. He's had his way so far, but on that last one, that worked quite well for the defense.
Burrow once again here on second and 10. And that's going to be caught. T. Higgins. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. That one covers 24 yards. It's a first down. Burrow going to give this to Mixon. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's second and 4.
Here we go.
Again, it's Mixon. And this time they were waiting for him as he'll be knocked down before he can get back to the line of scrimmage. It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a third down.
And that's what I'd like to see out of this defense, a little fire, a little toughness. It hasn't been the best first half for them, but they did do a nice job there forcing a loss on that play.
They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. On third down, Burrow. And he's got it. What a catch on the sideline. Give him 32 on the play.
That's a great job of working the sideline right there. I love how he tracked the football the whole way.
Here we go.
Just reached up and pulled it in. Had excellent field presence to understand where he was in order to make that play happen.
On one, right?
First down. Here's Burrow. Buying time, and he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game. The Dolphins going to take their second timeout. So that means they're down to one remaining here as we head toward halftime. Throwing on second and long. Burrow out of his hands quickly to Higgins. And all the way in for a Cincinnati score. T. Higgins on his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns. And the Bengals have moved out in front by 3 touchdowns. So not only is that his 3rd touchdown catch of the game, he's done it here in the first half.
I'm not sure defensively what they're going to come up with to slow him down, because already we're seeing him run past, over, through guys in order to make these catches. And being able to try and shut him down at this stage of the game, it's going to take a lot of effort. So maybe it'll open things up for some other people.
Well, they better figure something out, and soon.
Taken at the goal line. And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20. Jalen Waddle running out, and that means that the Dolphins ready for another drive on offense.
He's done his part, but so far it's been in a losing effort, so they've got to fix something.
But that doesn't mean changing anything, the way they're throwing the ball around and his catches in production. Keep doing that. They're going to have to fix some things likely on defense to try and slow down their opponents.
Well, so far he's north of 100 yards receiving. On first down, Tagovailoa. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. He's got a man, complete.
And they're going to work this down to about the 32-yard line.
Now you've got to hustle your guys to the line and get them set. Tua now on first down. Touchdown, Dolphins.
Jalen Waddle with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Dolphins get a late score here in the final minute of the first half.
Well, that touchdown certainly helps, but they've got to go ahead and convert, get to the half, and figure out how to keep chopping down this lead in the second, don't they?
Yeah, they still need to regroup, and they still need to end the second quarter strong. A little bit of time left. Extra point up and good by Sanders, and that cuts the lead to 28-14. Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick.
From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards. T. Higgins out on offense with the rest of his teammates for this next drive.
He might be on his way to a record-setting performance. So good here. We're only in the second quarter.
And it's so interesting when we watch these types of days unfold for a receiver, because they need a quarterback throwing it accurately, people to block for the quarterback, so many other variables. But, boy, he's getting it done, and in a big way. Right now, he wants to rock on every snap.
Yeah, he's counting his yards in the hundreds, not the tens. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 45 seconds to go in the first half.
Gun.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
12, 11, empty. 11,
Here's
11,
Burrow
11.
setting up to throw it.
This goes out wide from Nixon.
And he goes out of bounds just shy of the 45. Now a stoppage here as it looks like we've got a Dolphin shaking up on the play.
The medical staff will attend to him, and we will step aside.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. Here's Burrow. He gets this one to Boyd. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. Now another timeout called for by the offense. So that means they're down to one remaining here as we head toward halftime. They will throw on first down with Burrow. That is taken in by Hurst. And he's down into the red zone at the 16 after a gain of 16. First and 10. Now the Bengals going to signal for their third and final timeout as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number one.
Here we go.
So the ball down to the 16 here for first and 10.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw.
Open man is Higgins, and he's got it. Touchdown, Cincinnati.
A great play there. On his way to a historic performance, 4 first-half touchdowns.
And the Bengals would extend their lead here just before halftime. Extra point by McPherson, up and good.
And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away.
And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Oh, into a sea of defenders and intercepted.
Picked off by Mike Hilton.
And the Bengals are going to take possession of the football.
Wow, a big mistake there. Late interception in this first half, and that could lead to a field goal try the other way.
Yeah, I think at this point you just had to say, let's take a knee and go into the half and regroup. Let's just talk it over a little bit. I wonder, partner, was the analytics coach in his head a little bit? Maybe go ahead and press it and try and get some points? Well, the old school coach probably would have said, take the knee, let's get out of here.
Now we could see points the other way here. All right, folks, eager to get back to this Week 4 matchup. We won't put up a fight. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. The Dolphins down on the scoreboard, but they'll have it first as we get going in this third quarter.
Fields it right around the goal line.
Oh, a good return up past the 30. And pretty good field position here. He's out of bounds right at the 35. Out comes the Dolphins now. They'll go on offense first here in this third quarter.
And you have to think, Charles, down 3 scores already. They need to play an almost perfect second half to have a solid chance.
And that absolutely starts with finding some way to put together a touchdown drive here. They need to be smart, fast, efficient, get the ball to the end zone, and do it again multiple times in order to have a chance to win this game.
2 and now on first down.
Quick slant complete to OBJ.
That's good. The completion there for 7 yards, and that'll bring up second down. Looking to pass. Tua. Going right back to Beckham here, complete.
And they're able to work this across midfield to the 48.
Setting to throw on first down is Tua. And he's got his tight end. It's Mike Gesicki. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20.
Here's Tagovailoa on 1st and 10. He's going to drop this underneath to Mostert. And they're going to get this down inside the 15.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
To throw again on 2nd down. Tua. And he whips that one incomplete there.
And those two just have been in sync thus far. They've done a nice job against him, but still, with his talent, you would expect them to have more completions to him in this game.
After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2.
And they'll try and run the option to pick it up.
And he's brought down. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Well, I tell you, there is no antidote for speed, even at the quarterback position, as he keeps it himself and turns it into good yardage.
And it still takes time for a defender to react.
And he takes it into the end zone for the Dolphin touchdown.
Raheem Mostert, his 3rd rushing touchdown on the year. And the Dolphins are able to cut into this lead as they score on the opening drive of the 2nd half.
Sometimes a group that gets overlooked, certainly, the offensive line. Right there, they really helped with that score.
Didn't they tell us in our meeting that when we score touchdowns, running the ball, that means the offensive line actually scored first by moving people back beyond the end zone. We saw evidence of that on that play.
Lance with a tap forward on the jet sweep. And he will not make it to the goal line. The defense holds him here. And this is still a 3-score game as the lead remains 18.
Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick.
And there will not be a return here. It's a touchback, and it'll come out to the 25-yard line. T. Higgins leading the Cincinnati receiving corps out for this upcoming series.
A monster game so far, 3rd quarter. He is lighting up the stat sheet.
And so many times when you see these types of games, you hear about the quarterback, or we talk about the quarterback throwing guy.
Now Burrow loses the football.
And great field position coming up in the red zone at the 17-yard line. A defensive-minded coach loves to bring the heat, brought the heat there, and it worked out.
And nowadays, all those defensive-minded coaches, for them, it's all about getting the football. I went into one facility, and as soon as you walked into the defensive room, there was a football, like on a spring, and each guy that walks in that plays has to act like he's knocking the ball free. They want those instincts created. They want them to think about that all the time, and that's what they try to preach.
On 1st and 10, it's Mostert.
And he will be brought down at about the 6-yard line. 1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Now they'll run the option to the short side left. And he's brought down right at the 5-yard line. Give him 2 on the play.
Lance with a tap forward on the jet sweep.
And he gets halfway there from the 4 to the 2 on a gain of 2.
That's a nice job there defensively, being able to diagnose that little touch pass. They saw it coming, converged on him before he could get much out of it.
Another catch there for Waddle. Touchdown! Jalen Waddle, his 3rd touchdown of the game and 5th on the year. And the Dolphins take advantage of the field position on the turnover to cash in for 6.
There was no going through the progressions on that touchdown pass.
Yeah, nor was it necessary. His receiver won that route early, presented himself. No reason to wait. Go ahead and put it on him and score a touchdown.
Mike McDaniel, no hesitation on his end. He's telling his offense to go for 2. It's a run with Mostert.
And he's going to get in for the 2 points. And that'll make this a 10-point game. So they kept it on the ground, got it into the end zone. But Charles, sometimes you probably see teams treat a 2-point conversion differently than if it was first and goal from the 2, or I should say third and goal from the 2.
I agree with you totally on that. A lot of teams treat it as if they have farther to go and shy away from running the football. I think this is a great spot to do it because most teams play you for the pass. Go ahead and run and let your lineman surge and fire out.
The return man down to a knee, and this will come out to the 25-yard line. The Bengals offense returns to the field. This now a 10-point game, so things tightening a little bit after that last score.
Here we go, here we
Burrow
go.
going to lead up the Bengals here, 1st and 10.
At their own 25-yard line. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive.
That's taken in by Higgins.
He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31.
And we've seen him have success earlier on with the ball in his hands because he has to get it in space and make a play kind of a receiver. But that time, they closed on him quickly and held him to a short gain.
His 5th catch tonight, and it's good for a 1st down.
And Hayden Hurst's only year as the unquestioned starter, he had 571 yards and 6 touchdowns for Atlanta. The Bengals, they remembered him when he was a player with the Baltimore Ravens and liked his game. So when they needed a new starter, he was their choice, and he gets them a 1st down here.
Over the middle, that's caught by Chase.
If you're going to blitz, likely going to leave you in man coverage with this guy, and that is less than ideal.
It is because just about any offense that has an elite receiver, if you blitz and have him in man coverage, you're going to him, even if he has an elite defender on him, because he usually knows where the ball is before the defender does.
Back now in Cincinnati. It's the Bengals in possession of the football and in possession of the lead as well as we start the 4th.
Here we go, here we go.
An ideal spot here to get a 1st down and try to run some more clock, and this is 2nd and less than a yard.
11 mighty. 11
From the
mighty.
gun to give to Mixon. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a 1st down.
11 MC Trace. 11 Thomas.
Once again, they run with Mixon. And just 1 yard here from the 49 to the 50.
I'm sure that that's going to be the formula. Just keep the ball on the ground. Keep that clock moving.
And when you have the lead this late in the game, above all, stay in bounds. Yes, take care of the football. Yes, gain yardage, but stay in bounds and let that clock tick.
Burrow's throw here on target to Hurst.
And all the way in for a Cincinnati score. Hayden Hurst, his 2nd touchdown of the night.
And the Bengals are looking to make it 2 straight as they add on to this 4th quarter lead. Extra point by McPherson, up and good.
And that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17.
After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. This fielded right at the goal line. This offense back out and set to go for their next drive. Remember, they have won 3 straight, but getting to 4 straight does not appear to be in the cards as they are in a big 4th quarter hole. To end the Dolphins now with a 1st and 10
at their own 21. Throwing now is Tagovailoa. Over the middle to Beckham. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. Tagovailoa working out of the gun. He's going to loft this one deep left sideline. And the throw left sideline here is caught, but they'll rule it incomplete. Couldn't keep his feet in. 2nd down. Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 35. Tua going to throw. He's going to try and go deep again. He's got a man, complete.
And he's going to be ridden out of bounds down inside the 25.
So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. Tua to throw again. Fights through it, and it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
That's coverage you'd expect to see in a tie game late. Not in a lopsided game like this. They are not letting up.
Ready, set.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. On play action, here's Tua. His throw incomplete.
Well, he's smart enough to avoid the taunting rule, but I'll guarantee he quietly has told them, you might want to stop coming after me downfield because I just broke up another pass and took away a big shot that you were trying to succeed with.
Throwing is Tagovailoa on 3rd down here. And that is incomplete. Right there on the coverage was the safety, Jesse Bates. He had to absorb another little bump there from the defense, another incomplete pass. We've seen a lot of that tonight.
They've come after him all night long. Nothing but pressure in his face. He's trying to stand up there and make throws. It's hard enough to do when the pocket is clear. When you got all those people in front of you, almost impossible to have a good completion percentage.
4th down, 4th quarter. Here's Tua.
And able to find Gesicki as tight end. Touchdown, Dolphins. Mike Gesicki, 23 yards for the touchdown.
And the Dolphins have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th.
Sanders now to add the extra point. And the lead is trimmed down to 10. So that winds up a 7-play drive all told.
And it all concluded with a touchdown pass to the tight end, Mike Gesicki.
Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback.
T. Higgins out on offense with the rest of his teammates for this next drive.
All right, how has he done it? 4 touchdowns in this contest. He's been around the end zone in particular, pretty much uncoverable.
And you know, I typically take things from a defensive perspective. I'm not going to do that this time. Let's just praise him. My goodness, 4 receiving touchdowns means he's been a variety of coverages throughout this game because they're not just letting him run scot-free. They're trying their best to shut him down, and he's shredding them.
I got to be honest, I want to see 5. Well, you want to see 5? I mean, we're not supposed to be biased, but...
We're not rooting. Just in the interest of the game, let's go ahead and see 5.
11, 12, 12.
They try to eat some clock with Mixon. Room here to run. And he goes out of bounds just shy of the 45. 47 yards now on the ground on just 7 carries.
Brandon, I think you and I were both raised the same way in the game of football. You run to set up the pass, but I think we've discovered in this NFL, a lot of teams pass to set up the run. And that's what they've done throughout this game. They've aired it out, thrown it around the yard. Now they've come back to the running game, and they find a way to be successful with it.
And boy, showing how tough he can be to bring down, just fighting his way forward to pick up 7 yards. On 2nd down, here's Mixon. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up 3rd down.
Here we go. Here we go.
From the shotgun, it's Burrow. And he's got Hurst, his tight end. And he is going to have a Bengals 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
When you have someone throwing it that well, that confidently, You don't have to call the game in fear at all, do you? You just go ahead and play.
Yep, confidence with a lead to throw it here in the fourth, and boom, he's on the money.
Yeah, you don't have to tuck your head in and go like turtle at this point. You just go ahead and play.
11 mighty. 11
Mixon
mighty.
with a first down carry. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. Now the Dolphins will use the last of their timeouts. That will be their third and final stoppage as they'll only have the 2-minute warning now remaining.
Coming up on the final 2.5 minutes. Oh boy, has it been fun to watch this offense operate. Quite the display, and now they look to polish it off.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Chalk that up as a 4-yard loss, and now it's third down. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So the Bengals in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They've got a third down now as they look for one more first down to help salt this one away.
Here we go, here we go.
Tall task ahead of him here, needing a full 15 yards to move the chains.
11 MP, 11 Thomas.
On third down, Mixon. And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. It'll be a gain of 4, but it won't be enough. It leaves him with a fourth down now. Here's Jordan Berry now, as he should be able to pin him back deep here with his first punt. And he was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away.
So Tua and the Dolphins down by 10. A minute 16 remaining. They've won 3 in a row, but they've got work to do if they want to get a 4th in a row as they come up on first down.
Let's go now. Wait. Ball red. Black open. Blue, go.
Here's Tua.
Now a desperation throw deep downfield. He's got a man, complete.
And they're going to get this down to about the 37.
First down now, but that clock rolling.
Tua.
He completes it to Beckham. And they move this all the way down to the 9. A really good pickup of 28 yards. Defensively here, you've got the cushion, but back-to-back pretty big pass plays there. Bend but don't break, but are they bending too much?
I think that they are. To me, it'd be like playing basketball, and you put up a token press. Make sure you get up there and make them eat up some time. Make it a little bit of resistance so they can't just run it right down your throat.
Another shot from the 9 on 2nd and goal.
Now Tua.
To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Let's face it, this defense has had its share of struggles all game long, and they know that they can put it all behind them if they defend well here in the 2-minute drill. Excellent coverage right there, and of course the incompletion.
3rd and goal, and keep in mind, very possibly 4-down territory.
They'll bring a receiver in motion left.
Tua to throw.
And it's caught. He's got it for a late touchdown, but probably a little too late. It would take a miracle of epic proportions if they're going to pull this one off. Problem for them, they needed that score with a little more time left on the clock. I think just too little too late now.
I would agree with that, and we're programmed never to say never. But in this case, we're asking a lot for them to even think they have a chance.
Sanders on for the extra point. And the lead is down to a field goal now. So the drive there, 5 plays, 80 yards.
And it was finished off by a Jalen Waddle touchdown.
And this is going to be recovered by the Bengals hands team. And they're going to hang on and win this game. They had to go for it with no timeouts remaining, though, now. This one's as good as over.
They gave it an effort. They tried their best, did everything they could to try and get the ball on the onside kick. You're exactly right. They had to try it. It was their only option. And now this game is done. Just take it, kneel, and call it a day.
Charles, normally when you see a group score this many points, it's a complete blowout. But instead, they needed every single one of those in this close, high-scoring affair.
And Brandon, I'm still on the edge of my seat after that one, because when you have that much scoring and it still comes down to one possession game at the end, that's not something we see very often. And in this case, these offenses, they brought it. The defenses, they're going to need some work going forward.
So for Cincinnati, they're on a nice early roll as they move to 3-1 with a win here. And now they'll get the weekend off as they get a little extra time to prepare to face the Baltimore Ravens. Meanwhile, for Miami, they're going to fall to 3-1 as they suffer their first loss. And they'll try and turn things around next week as they have a date at MetLife Stadium with the New York Jets.
Come alive in the dark.